Howard Beck, senior NBA reporter of Bleacher Report, joining us here on the Where in the World is Derrick Rose search. Good to chat with you, Howard. It's been a while.
Yeah, how are you, Rich?
I'm doing fine. So Derrick Rose spoke today, huh?
He spoke today up at the Knicks practice facility, and it seems that they have straightened things out to the extent that anything is ever straightened out in the Knicks world. Rose says he went home because of some family concerns, I think dealing with his concerning his mom. And, you know, the issue here, of course, is not that Derrick Rose had to attend to a family matter. This happens over the course of a season, and sometimes players and even coaches have to go. But he didn't notify the team ahead of time. He didn't notify them during. He didn't notify them after. He wasn't in contact with anyone until after the game was over last night. And so it left the franchise in the lurch with no explanations to offer the public, with no understanding of what was going on. So, you know, that's the issue here is, you know, whatever was going on at home, that's for Derrick Rose and his family to, you know, for them to discuss. So, you know, we don't necessarily need to know all the details, and I think you give him the benefit of the doubt. But a veteran who's, you know, been in the league for as long as he has to know there is a time or not, excuse me, time, but it is a way to handle these things properly, and he did not do so, and that's why they have fined him. But other than that, it's back to normal.
But in terms of finding a guy that has a nice chunk of change at home as opposed to suspending him, I mean, what's to prevent anybody from the Knicks just going dark and leaving the Knicks to wonder where they are?
Well, I think the issue there is, you know, is this mitigated in part by the reasons that he was absent and just his state of mind? Maybe, you know, they're giving him benefit of the doubt as to, you know, why he didn't call, that maybe he was so rattled or so, you know, concerned with what was going on back in Chicago that it just didn't have, you know, he just wasn't in the right frame of mind. I don't know. I mean, I'm speculating a little bit. Maybe that's the mitigating factor. Maybe you don't want to come down too hard on a guy who's going through whatever he's going through with his family. But, you know, it's a fair question, you know, what happens when the next guy just bails out. But, you know, I'll tell you, Rich, this is a very rare circumstance. When I was at the arena, I was at the Garden last night, and, you know, in my 20 seasons covering the league, I don't remember this ever happening, where someone just doesn't show up and no one has no idea where he is. You know, there have been times before where a guy was late, guy's stuck in traffic, something else comes up, but not with just complete absence of information provided to the team.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.